Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am. Betting on black tonight.
That guy in the white shirt is crew from our little dinner cruise boat who got off our ship to go over there to move that black pontoon boat on his own because those guys who parked there were told not to leave it there and they left it there. So he's just pushing it off. That's funny. Took matters into his own hands. I love it. I hope the police give him a big old ticket. Ooh, confrontation with the owner of the boat. Those guys are all drunk.
We all got to throw your ass in the water. Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Move, bitch! Get out the way! Get out the way! Get out the way! Dedicated woman try to swing on the ball. You got to explain and move the fuck out the way. There you went. There you go. Get out now. Get out now. Yeah, nigga, they don't want to move. That damn boat and block them in. Alright, block them in. Look it. Nigga, they gotta get close. She better call him. Man, she hit down the boy. I'm gonna put my dog on like she a dog in here. Put my dog on. I ain't gonna do nothing but drown and I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna say one more substitute. No, we do for y'all, baby. It's over.
On your left.
The Montgomery Riverfront Battle. The Alabama Boat Brawl. I don't know who stitched all these angles together. I'm not sure, but the coverage was amazing. Now, this isn't a violence thing, I don't even think, it's not even really like a white versus black thing. I think the reason why it's so special is it's a fair versus unfair thing. And the added toppings of black people sticking together is always gonna make the timeline. I think a big part of this is that we're not really used to seeing justice handled so quickly and so fairly, And it escalated very, very quickly. Now, there's some highlights. Obviously, you guys have seen the video. There's a giant riverboat trying to park. This random family was like not moving their boat. And on top of not moving their boat, they're like, nah, let's also beat up the dude who's telling us to move it, And it was a very, very sloppy jumping. It didn't look like any damage was really dealt. But then when backup came and the boat parked and all the black people came off like, all right, let's fight. All of a sudden, this family was ready to go. They was in the boat like, yeah, we should move this, right? And it just went so bad for them. Now, here's some highlights. First of all, the security guard threw his hat up in the air while he was getting jumped, and I still don't understand. People are saying that's how he was summoning his black friends, but I still haven't logically found an answer. It's like he almost like, you know how like somebody's trying to figure out a video game and they're trying to figure out the moves and they're doing like wrong stuff? It looked like he like auto-locked on a bird on accident or something. Still don't know. Number two, a kid swam from the boat to the docks and then started fighting. Do you know how much strength that takes? My stamina bar would have been depleted once I got to the docks. And then I would just be standing there like, man, this is wrong. Shout out to that kid, because he literally swam to a fight like Jason Momoa. Number three, I think enough time has passed. I think we can finally admit that old lady did not deserve that Stone Cold Steve Austin chair shot to the face. Insanely unnecessary. She'll be all right. I hope she's good, but I also hope that dude don't get a lot of time, because that was very much on camera. So make sure y'all donate. And then I guess lastly was the fact that the internet ran with this and pretty much made it like a remake of the Avengers Endgame. When the portals opened and Captain America got all that help, that's what it felt like. And me personally, I'm just waiting for the merch to drop. I think I should wear this moment proudly, because it's, at the end of the day, it was great TV. I hope that family learned a lesson to just move their boat or not be douchebags, and I hope that everybody involved doesn't get much time, if not hopefully any time, because this was historical. And then finally that lady got beat up and thrown into the ocean. That was crazy. During the fight, I wonder how many times that family was like, yeah, we should have moved the boat. Definitely after the chair shot, definitely after being thrown into the ocean, I'm sure that thought popped up, like, we should have moved. We should have moved.
Fold up chair, outside linebacker, Alabama University, Roll Tide.
What's good, y'all? This is our Josh, your favorite down south rapper and historian. I'm here to break down what happened in the beautiful city of Montgomery, Alabama, what folks is calling the Alabama Sweet Tea Party. Let's get into it. The Alabama Sweet Tea Party, the Montgomery Riverboat Brawl, the fade in the water, if you will. What I want to do is get into the historical aspect of it and talk about the symbolism of it, because it's so beautiful and it's very satisfying to watch. Let's get into it. Given the history of this country and also of Montgomery, Alabama. If you don't know what happened, let me fill you in real quick. So this past weekend, the ferry in downtown Montgomery. You go to downtown Montgomery, there is a park that sits on the riverfront, and you can catch a ferry that goes up and down the Alabama River in Montgomery. The ferry couldn't move because there was a pontoon boat in the way that was occupied by a group of racists who had some choice words with the black security guard that told them to move. The group of racists proceeded to get out of the boat and jump the black security guard. Unbeknownst to them, well, they probably should have known, but they were outnumbered by a whole bunch of other black people in a city that is majority black, Montgomery. These events led to probably one of the most satisfying, grandiose shows and acts of ass beating that I've seen in a very long time, in my lifetime at least. There are a plethora of different videos that are going viral on the internet right now from different angles. It's very entertaining to watch. But the thing that gets me is how symbolic all of this is. Like, one thing with me, especially with history, is seeing how everything is cyclical and poetic and symbolic. So I want to get into the symbolism of the Alabama Sweet Tea Party. Let's get into it. So point number one, you see, you got somebody's OG or uncle hitting dude across the head with a folding chair. I thought it was hilarious, but he definitely went to jail. Streets are saying that the folding chair was invented by a black man called Nathaniel Alexander. This is not Nathaniel Alexander. This is Lewis Latimer, who is another great black man. He's the reason why your light bulbs work and last as long as they do. And he also did like a lot of work with patents, with inventions and stuff. But that's not Nathaniel Alexander. That's point number one. Point of symbolism number two is the fact that the name of the ferry is called the SS Harriet. If that ain't poetic, I don't know what is. Like that, it oozes freedom. God bless America, man. We love a good, a good spin around the block. Symbolism point three is the geography of Montgomery. There's a part of the video where a young brother, he's about 16 or 17, he jumps into the water to swim to the dock to defend the black security guard and knock some teeth loose. It's symbolic because this river was the same river that they would use to transport enslaved black people from the Gulf of Mexico to downtown Montgomery and sell them at slave auction. So to see a young brother swim them same waters to defend another black man is beautiful.
Look at that. Look at that. I bet they won't get in there no more.
Ain't gonna mess with them no more.
What did?
They ain't gonna mess with them no more.
One more come over to chill. Bang! What is? What is? One more hit with a chill. Bang!
Get him. That's right. Get him now. Get him now. Oh, don't resist now. Go on, get him. Get the wife too. Get both of them now. Get both of them. Get the wife too. Go on, get her too. Go on, get her too. Go on, get her too. Get her too. Get everybody. We ain't doing none of this right here. None of this right here.